Hello again. This is Pastor Deborah of Agape Love. Love is here. And this is another featured article on spiritual care. This one is entitled Humpty Dumpty, Healing a Broken Heart, July 2019. Humpty Dumpty sat on a wall. Humpty Dumpty had a great fall. All the king's horses, all the king's men couldn't put Humpty Dumpty together again. Hello and welcome again to another featured article by Pastor Deborah, who has just been appointed to be a global goodwill ambassador of America for My Body is My Body, and still is the pastor of the Marketplace Church, Agape Love. Love is here. This featured article is going to discuss concept of what is a broken heart. What does broken mean? What heart needs to be mended, healed? How does one heal the broken heart? Come once again and read and listen to spiritual concepts about that you are more than what you believe you are. That you have three distinct parts of spirit, soul, and physical body. This article is to begin to help you to ponder and think and research for yourself a concept that the spiritual part of you also needs to be healed from your childhood abuse of any nature or trauma that are still affecting your life in all three parts of you. As a spiritual teacher, it is my purpose to begin with words and the definitions. Webster's dictionary defines the word broken as one without something, two, separated violently into parts, damaged or altered. Webster's dictionary defines a broken heart as overcome by grief or despair. Webster's dictionary defines the word heart as one, the hollow, primary muscular organ of vertebrates which circulates blood throughout the body. 2. The emotional center, such as love, hate, consideration, or compassion. Webster's dictionary defines the word heartache as one, emotional grief, sorrow, or mental anguish. To help you, the reader or the viewer, spiritually begin to see and understand a broken. Please hear some silent cries of a broken spiritual heart, that it cries and that may not have been heard by others. 1. The spiritual voice of my enemy has oppressed me, and in their anger they hate me. 2. My spiritual heart is sore pained within me, and the terrors of death are fallen upon me. 3. Fearfulness and trembling are come upon me, and horror has overwhelmed me. 4. And I say to myself, oh, that I had wings like a dove, for then would I fly away and be at rest. 5. Then would I wander far off and remain in the wilderness. 6. I would hasten my escape from the windy storm and tempest. 7. I have seen violence and strife in my heart, and day and night these go about on the walls of my hidden spiritual heart. 8. Mischief, trouble, and anguish and sorrow are in the midst of me. 9. Wickedness is always in these, and go about on the walls of my spiritual heart. 10. With wickedness comes in deceit and guile, and they do not depart from my heart. 11. Shame and reproach, dishonor have been my spiritual clothes from the beginning. 12. My heart has been in battle with an enemy much stronger than my heart of a little one. For my enemies are many, and I have been overcome and taken prisoner to these, and become entombed in the darkness of a cell with no one to visit me, no rays of light to shine on me, no good food to eat, and no cool and clean water to drink. I could only lay in my own waste and sleep with the night creatures. Darkness. 13. Their words were has drawn swords and deeply struck my little heart as a child clean through. The broken heart, where do we find it? Can we see it on x-rays? Find it through psychological tests? By our talking and talking? Did this heart really break into many pieces? If my heart was whole once, when was that? If my heart has been broken and is in many pieces and fragments, Where are the pieces? Has someone taken my pieces, my fragments, and put them somewhere? Have the pieces, my fragments, been buried in time and under the dirt of flesh and dust? But I don't know what my heart was when it was whole. When was that? How old was I? Was it ever whole? I was too young to know. And when the darkness of fear came, I began falling. I had a great fall. I tried to escape and not fall, but I fell off of my high place of being on the wall, of being safe, happy, and innocent and whole. I think I fell. I was full of joy and love, wasn't I? Some part of me fell off of a wall where I was innocent, safe, happy, full of joy and loved. I think that I know for sure. Now I am laying on the ground, and there are lots of people around me, around us, all of my many pieces, and they are trying to put me back together again so I can get back on the wall where I had been. I am watching these wonderful people trying so hard to put me back together again. I can hear them trying with all their skills, with all their many different ways, put me back together again. They seem to get some of my many pieces back together, and they feel happy, and so do I. And then I fall apart again. Their glue and straps did not work. I was broken into pieces, so many fragments, and I can't move, can't put myself back together again. I could only hear all my other parts of me, my fragments, crying and sobbing. I could not see anything of myself, for I was just laying there, motionless, unable to move myself, frozen in time and place, and just laying as I fell. My eyes could only look in one direction, but I was broken. I had been one and whole, with a body of arms and legs, thoughts and dreams, desires and happiness, value and distinction. I was high above the world. I had a heart of joy, and I could help myself. But now the brokenness has scattered me from myself, and I cannot find my many parts of myself to put me back together again. And now I am so broken, fragmented, I am alone with just my thoughts from this part of me. I have no help from myself, no arms to pick myself up with, or to grab another's hand. I have no legs or feet to walk and gather myself back together again. Even my mind is broken into pieces and seems to be scattered. That just getting all my thoughts together again to help me be whole again and back on the wall seems impossible and so disjointed and confusing. I can hear the other parts of myself crying out for help to be put back together again. No one can see the other parts, for we are all stuck in a position with no vision at all. Some of my parts, my fragments, are laying face down in the dirt. Some are laying with their face to the sky, and the sky is blinding. Others are laying on top of others, and no one can see anything. Some parts of myself have been so broken that only dust remains, and others have been thrown away as garbage. Yet all of me, my now broken self, is stuck on the ground, broken and fragmented, and stuck in this position, unable to move. Stuck I am, unable to move, isolated from all my parts of me, lonely and scared, frightened, and desiring to be wholly one again, back together again as one, healed from the brokenness, the fragmentation of myself, desire to be one again. But how? All the king's men, the wise ones of the world, have tried, couldn't. All the king's horses, the strength of the world, have tried, and they couldn't. Oh, they all tried to put me back together again with all their wisdom and knowledge and strength, but they could not even find all my pieces, for some had been stolen and taken away, and others taken and put away in storage containers for later. So I am scattered, broken into many pieces, fragmented, no longer whole or one within myself. I have been, or rather we all of myself and its fragmented pieces have been waiting for so very long to be whole again. Each part of myself is so lonely, and I have no togetherness within myself anymore. Even my memories are fragmented and scattered. There is nothing holding myself together as one anymore. I want to be one again within myself, I want to go home, back on the wall, be one and whole again. Won't somebody hear me crying out to them? Won't they see I am broken and fragmented? I need to be whole again. For when I was on the wall and whole, I sort of knew who I was. I knew where I was and what I thought I was to be doing. I sat on a high mountain, a mighty summit. I sat on the wall. I was in my place, but now I have fallen from the high place, and not only fallen, but have become broken and fragmented into many. Oh, all the king's men and all the king's horses tried so hard to put me, Humpty Dumpty, back together again, but they couldn't. They tried so hard and were so patient and kind and encouraging, but I would sort of be together again. Then my pieces fell apart again. These precious helpers tried so hard, but they didn't even know many of my pieces had become as dust and powder, and now were just mixed in the dirt. They couldn't even see the difference. Then they didn't know what pieces went where, for they had not created me, and therefore they could not figure out what part of me went where, or what it was supposed to look like. They didn't know, and they tried with all their strength, with all their wisdom and knowledge, yet I remained broken and fragmented. I was not whole again. And when any stress or movement came, I fell again back into more pieces on the ground. Many tried time and time again. They even tried to make new pieces for me, to replace the missing pieces and the ones that had disappeared completely. But I remained broken and fragmented. So the king's men and the king's horses put me on a cart, and took us to a place for safekeeping, a place of storage until later, when they could figure out how to help me become whole again. So here I am, my heart broken to many fragments, pieces missing, lost some, just gone forever, and the rest of my broken heart waiting in the cold storage places, just waiting in the cold and the darkness. Well, during this time, I hear only the many parts of myself, the fragments crying with unheard cries, tearless tears calling out in silent voices. Yet no one is listening for our silent cries, or seeing our sadness in our eyes, or even know if we are crying out. So I just accept the fact that I will forever be broken, fragmented, with missing pieces of myself that will be forever gone, and to learn how to live in a new place in the cold darkness of storage. No light or joy anymore, no purpose, or sitting on a high place above the world. Sadness and loneliness is my only companions. No purpose, no love, no value, no beauty. Just broken and fragmented into many, many pieces, never to be whole again. I guess I will just have to learn how to manage this new condition of myself, even though I am in so many pieces. At least I can talk to some of them. Other pieces, parts of myself, I can hear myself, even though I'm broken and fragmented. All of my parts are crying out. Each part of me has a voice. I can hear the parts of me crying and whimpering in their hopelessness and grief. Through the tears of sadness and brokenness, I know in my brokenness, I have lost my honor and glory. I have forgotten my purpose, if I ever knew what that was. And now All I have is shame, dishonor and sadness, grief and loneliness, and complete hopelessness. I do remember some long-lost and now forgotten memories of a voice that had been telling me that I was to become a mighty one, to be whole, and helping others become whole again, who have also fallen off their walls and are broken to so many pieces and fragments. I have some little images of what I was supposed to be and do, but I can't really remember it all. The fullness of those memories must be stored in some of my many broken pieces, fragments. I know now, in this condition, I will never really know what I was really to become or do. Those memories are lost to me and hidden somewhere in the pieces and fragments. When I was on the wall, in my wholeness, in my place, I could hear the living flowers of another realm, the realm of the high mountain, singing to me their agape love songs to me. I could hear their sweet voices singing to me of the Creator's agape love for me, sitting on the wall. The wall, the high place of the summit of a mountain. It's where I lived before my fall. I was always in the realm of the spirit, high above the issues of below, fear, of death, of the earth. I lived in wholeness, not sure, or I was really just born on the wall and don't even know how I got there, or really what I was to do on the wall, or why I was even there. But on the wall I was. I wonder if the singing flowers know where I am now. I know they couldn't find me here in this cold and dark places, surely not in my brokenness, and with missing pieces. I don't know where even my ears are, or my mind. So I know I couldn't hear any singing. Anyway, they would never find me where I am now. I wonder if I can remember any of their songs they sang to me when I sat on the wall. Do I have any memories of the light and glory that shined out of the songs? Out of the music when I lived on the wall before my fall? Maybe I just took their songs for granted and didn't really listen to them or believe them. The music was nice. It made me feel good. I need to hear their songs of agape love to me, to help me live in my brokenness, my fragmented state of me, in my broken heart. Can my memory remember the singing flowers, the garden of life where they live, the sweetness of the music of agape love that was sung to my heart while I sat on the wall? Could I even remember any of their songs? And what part of my broken heart are these memories of their songs of agape love to me? I can't remember them at all. Could I remember their beauty and soft, gentle voices, and remember their sweet fragrances of agape love? But any memories I had of these days are gone, lost in the brokenness and hidden in the fragment. I don't know where any of these memories are now. They are lost to me, never to hear them or remember them again. I can't find them in my brokenness, in the fragments, and hear them again singing to my heart their agape love songs to me. I will be truly lost if I can't find them in my brokenness, in the fragments, and hear them again singing to my heart their agape love songs to me. I will be truly lost and forever in the grips of a broken heart, the darkness of falling from a high place, falling from where I should be, a life of loss, the former state of brokenness and a fragmented heart, the forever state of one who was whole, who is now broken, and many, yet one. What's that? What's that? What is that sound? What is that fragrance? Do I know these sounds? The smells? Where are they coming from? Hey, everybody, do you hear those sounds? Do you smell that? Yes, what is that? We don't know. Shh. Listen, there seems to be faint sound. Shh. Everybody, quiet. Is that what we think it might be? Is that the sound of the flowers singing from the garden? Is it them? Shh. Let's listen. There seems to be a faint sound. Shh. Everybody, quiet. Yes, it is the flowers. They have found us. They are singing to us. To us? But we are so broken, fragmented. How could they sing? How could they still sing to us love songs in the shape we are in? How did they find us here? In our dark places of our brokenness and fragmentation. Shh, shh, just listen. Can everyone feel the music and hear the words? They found us, they found us. Can we hope again? We're not alone anymore? Shh, listen. We're not forgotten anymore. Even here in our deep brokenness and its fragmentation. Look, look, a light is come. What is it? It's not a what, but it's a who. It is the shepherd of the garden, of the singing flower. It has found us down here in the dark place, all broken and in pieces. What is happening to us? We're becoming whole again. But I can still see myself in its brokenness. I can see myself fragmented below. What is happening to me, to us? We seem to be rising up out of the broken parts and coming together with ourselves. We're coming back together. We are being healed. Are we being healed? Are we becoming one again? How can this be? I can see my broken pieces and fragmented self down there in the darkness. But I am rising up, going up. I seem to be getting healed. Yes, said the voice of the shepherd of the garden. For agape love does not put one back with its brokenness or fragmented parts, for they will always be weak and will not be able to hold up throughout eternity. But I bring forth newness, wholeness from out of brokenness and fragmentation. Agape love's healings is one of newness, a better you. I, the shepherd of the garden, bring to you ancient memories of your life as it was to be, designed to become, sitting on the wall. The old memories of this fall from the wall will be washed away from your memory, so that the fall and its effects will have no power or authority over your hidden heart. And this fall and the brokenness and fragmented heart will fade into the dark mist and be forgotten. This agape love that the flowers are singing to you about you is to your new, whole, spiritual heart. For you are no longer broken, fragmented, but you now are a new, hidden one again, new and fresh. Now come back and let me set you back on the high mount, the wall, high above the earth, whole and healed. You mean we can go back to the wall and be healed and whole again? Yes, little one, for what was broken, only the light of agape love could heal the broken heart. For your broken heart was in the realm of the Spirit. Now, the new whole and healed spiritual heart will, with its healing, its wholeness, its newness of life, will shine this light, this new condition, out to the other hidden hearts, the mind and the subconscious heart, the hidden person of the soul's heart. And then this healing and wholeness will be shined out into the physical body to bring healing and wholeness to it. Rest now, little one, as I place your spiritual heart back on the mighty wall of the high mountain, and you remember no more the long years of your brokenness and fragmentation. For that season is over. Rest now. Sit here, where I have created a new wall, one made of light of the realm of agape love. Sit again and listen to the songs, the singing flowers of agape love to you. And see now who else is sitting with the wall. For the living creatures of the garden of life have come to sit with you and listen to the songs of for they too sing songs of agape love to the living. Also now, if you start to fall off the wall, agape love has some mighty hands catch and keep you from falling and being broken and fragmented. Rest now. Believe you are new and whole now. In your deepest hidden spiritual, sit now and listen to the flowers singing to you their songs of agape love, joy and peace. Yes, you can smile. Yes, you are no longer broken and fragmented, no longer in the darkness of loneliness, sadness, grief. Are those butterflies? Yes, little one, they are. They too are from the living garden of agape. The same garden, the singing flowers are shepherd. Yes, little one. Are those bees? Yes, they are. They won't sting me, will they? No, little one, they will not, for they too are from the living garden as the singing flower, and they too spiritually reckon you as their mighty that they are to serve, for they spiritually recognize that you are a royal child, will one day be a shepherd of this garden they live in. I am a royal child? Yes, you are, little one. All of spiritual creation knows that. But in your broken and fragmented state, you could not believe this or even conceive of this truth. Your pain and brokenness, fragmentation, your loneliness would not allow you to see and believe this about yourself. So you had to be recreated, whole and healed, so you could believe this truth about yourself and the garden. Now you are the new and whole spiritual you were always meant to become, and not who you turned out to be, broken and fragmented from a mighty fall from your high place, and hidden in the dark cells of brokenness and fragmentation in your loneliness and without hope. All the living creatures of agape love have been spiritually waiting for you to be put back together, made whole again, one in your spiritual, and put back on the wall, the high place of the realm of the living garden, the realm of the spirit. Can I say hello to the bees? Yes, of course you can. Hello, little bees. Is that bee speaking to me? Yes. Their voices are tiny, but you can hear them. Little one, all the living creatures of the living garden of agape love speak, sing, move, and love you so very much, and have been waiting for you to return back to the wall so they could serve you and sit with you. Look around, little one, and see all the living creatures that will now be with you here on the wall, on the mount of the high summit. Now you have been returned to the newness of your spiritual. You have been returned to the living garden of agape love. Enjoy the garden of agape love, all of its living creatures. The dark days of your broken heart of the spirit is over, and your spiritual heart is whole and healed by agape love and its light. Love always, and Pastor Deborah.